നമസ്കാരം. ഇന്ന് നമ്മളോടൊപ്പമുള്ളത് 10ഓളം കൃതികൾ കന്നഡ ഭാഷയിൽ രചിച്ച കന്നഡ എഴുത്തുകാരിയും മാധ്യമപ്രവർത്തകയും സിനിമാ പ്രവർത്തകയും ഒക്കെയായ ചേതന തീർത്ഥഹള്ളിയാണ്. ഇവർ അടുത്തിടയിൽ വാർത്തകളിൽ ഇടം പിടിച്ചു. കാരണം ശക്തമായി വർഗീയ ശക്തികൾക്കെതിരെ എഴുതി തുടങ്ങിയപ്പോൾ ഇവർ പ്രതിക്കൂട്ടിലായി. ഇവർക്ക് നേരിടേണ്ടി വന്ന വധഭീഷണിയെപ്പറ്റി നമ്മൾക്കെല്ലാം അറിയാവുന്നതാണ്. ഈ കാര്യങ്ങളെക്കുറിച്ചൊക്കെ ഇന്ന് നമ്മളോടൊപ്പം സംസാരിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി ഇവർ എത്തിയിരിക്കുന്നു. വെൽക്കം ചേതന. You have more than 10 I think books in Kannada.
Yes.
You have also made some very interesting innovative contributions to Kannada theatre.
Yes.
Would you like to talk about your creative enterprise?
Yes. Actually I have brought 10 books so far, including poetry collection and prose collection. And 2 plays first is Avalavanu, Avanavanu based on my poetry, and another is Lajje. Lajje is based on my short stories. Nitin Sridhar has directed. And my main interest is feminism. My second book is Bhamini Shatpadi, which was talked about feministic issues, and I recently brought that again. It's republished. And I also create comic strips following the idea of Rajesh Rajmani, who created Inedible India. I write it in Kannada. I started creating in Kannada only.
So you use the comic strips to actually, you make use of it as a political commentary.
Yeah, seriously, because a picture can tell a lot.
Yeah.
You can tell a whole story in just 4-5 strips. So I found it interesting. He used Raja Ravi Verma paintings to convey the idea. Okay. So I thought to copy him, and clearly he mentioned stealing art to make a point. So it's beautiful. I thought, okay, let me take this because traditional painting convey Indian mindset. So as we gossip, we sit and gossip and talk about political issues. Those comic strips convey that idea.
Okay. So you have a collection. Is it a collection? Avalavanu, Avanavalu?
Actually, Avalavanu, Avanavanu is a play. It's a drama based on my poetry.
Okay. Would you be able to recite a few lines, because it really sounds very interesting?
Yeah, I will recite a short poem. It's in Kannada.
Yeah.
ಅಪ್ಪಂದಿರ ಜಾತಿ ಜಾಡು ಹುಡುಕಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೂ ಅದೇ ಜಾಡ್ಯ ಅಂಟಿಸುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಹೌದು, ಜಾತಿ ಇರುವುದು ಗಂಡಸಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ. ಜಗದ ಜಾಣರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಅಪ್ಪಗೆ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ. ಬಿಡಿ, ಅಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಧರ್ಮವಿಲ್ಲದ ದಡ್ಡರು. ಹೌದೇ ಆಗಿದ್ದರೆ ವಿನಾಶಕಾಲೆ ವಿಪರೀತ ಬುದ್ಧಿಗೆ ದಡ್ಡ ಸಂತಾನ ಹೆಚ್ಚಲಿ. ಜಾತಿಯುಳ್ಳ ಗಂಡಸರೇ ಬೀಜ ಶುದ್ಧಿ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಯೋನಿಯ ಕಟ್ಟು ಕಳಚು ಹೆಣ್ಣೆ, ಹೊಕ್ಕ ಹನಿವೀರ್ಯದ ಜಾತಿ ಸುಡುವ ದಿವ್ಯ ಕುಲುಮೆಯಾಗಲಿ.
What is the meaning? I mean, I could understand little bits, but
okay. Actually it's about eradicating caste system, because we are identified by the caste of father. So the main essence of this poem is to burn the sperm carrying religion. So it happens only through the divine chimney of female. Somewhat like this.
So all sperms carrying the religion, the stamp of religion should be burnt right in the yoni. I think that's what I understood.
Yes, true.
Okay.
So if females come together, and if they are come forward to eradicate caste system, they only can do this because they have no religion. Because females carry the religion of her husband or her father. So if she is determined, she can burn it down. That is the idea.
It's an intensely political statement that you are making.
Okay.
How have the women in Karnataka responded?
Actually, some blame me for using such frank words like yoni, virya.
Okay.
Some don't feel it comfortable to recite such words. But if I have to tell something effectively, I think it is necessary. So I write.
Chetana, I think all of us are interested in listening to you about what exactly happened, everything, all the untoward incidents that have been happening in the past as far as you're concerned. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Okay, in my case, actually it's happening to most of my fellow writers. we are facing this problem. I have receiving threats from almost a year when I started writing against a rape issue of some seer in Karnataka. So some fanatic people started threatening me, stop writing against this Swamiji, otherwise we will rape you, acid attack threats, and those are all coming.
These are letters that you got, or
no, it's through social media only, because I treat social media as I use it for citizen journalism. I write a lot in social media.
Okay.
So whatever I write, they come to my inbox through fake IDs and leaving such ugly and threatening messages. But in the beginning, I started ignoring them. I didn't take seriously. But after Kalburgi murder incident, I started thinking, okay, so this thing happened. Maybe I'm small writer, I'm not popular, but my life is considered. They are targeting me. Don't know what happened. So I thought of filing complaint. And at that time, a person called Madhusudan Gowda, he started sending through his own ID. He demanded me not to write for the web portal which is owned by a Muslim.
That was his grouse, that you should not be writing for
for the Muslim
because of the Muslim ownership.
Yeah, that was the only reason, and he used such ugly words. I just horrified. So I thought, okay, let me complain. He even demanded not to write anything against Modi, not anything against Hinduism. Anything critical I write, they started branding it as anti-nationalism, anti-Hinduism, anti-Modi. That was their claim. But I don't think I have written anything anti. But in my mind, I was writing critical, because some people at least should talk about the issues. So I was doing that. But they started threatening me, sending mails through Facebook.
If somebody is sending a mail through his own ID, what kind of steps were taken by the police to counter that?
Actually they have traced him. He is in Dubai as per investigation. Process is going on. They have traced him, but fake IDs we could not find because we have no proofs who are sending.
He is in Dubai and he has a problem with Muslim ownership. Okay.
See the irony, he is there and he is asking me not to write for Muslims. They claim it as intellectual love jihad. I am the victim of intellectual love jihad.
That's a very interesting term, intellectual love jihad.
They have created such a word.
Intellectual jihad.
Intellectual love jihad.
The government in the center came up. Ananthamurthy did write a very strong letter. He talked about this as something that would contributing to destabilizing India. How do you agree with Ananthamurthy?
Completely I agree with Ananthamurthy because I have seen him very closely, and he was the person who was very straight and very critic, and he was brilliant. He told he will leave India if Modi comes to Modi become Prime Minister. But people tortured him like anything. They used to malign him, threat calls and all. But what Ananthamurthy said, it is coming true now. We are seeing what happening.
So the destabilization of India has begun.
Yes.
And you see all these as symptoms of
exactly
that destabilization, right? I was wondering the solidarity that you got from women, because you have such very strong poetry that is coming from a woman. So how have women responded to your poetry?
Women, not separately, but writers including men and women supported me. It's not like separate supporters from female wing, it's nothing like that. Because you know, all these things happened in social media, in Facebook. Unfortunately, people consider Facebook as of lesser importance. They are not knowing that it is as important as print media. But I consider online media is the future media. We should write more in online media. But it is considered as less important, so there is no more response from some particular.
It's very interesting you mentioned the rise of social media in this way, because there is also, you know, you feel that there is a kind of a virtual public sphere as far as the social media is concerned. So it's a very important place where the stakes are pretty high now.
Yes. But fear is there, but fear is not virtual. They are sending through virtual media, but they are acting in real. As my friend, fellow writer Huchangi Prasad has faced such. So after that incident, I started considering it too as real dhamkis.
So there is a virtual public sphere, but
Yes, yes.
the fear generated is not virtual.
Yes.
Why do you think that this is happening? Why do you feel that there is this rise of fascism in India today? Why is there this atmosphere that is so conducive to fascism?
Actually, it is not all by sudden. It's not emerged all by sudden. It was there, but undercurrent. But our Prime Minister's famous silence regarding all these issues, encouraging fanatic people, is my opinion, because he never talked when Kalburgi murder happened. He didn't give statement. Dadri incident, he did not speak immediately. The lists were burnt, he did not speak. This silence is making encouraging fanatic people in particular, and sadhvis and saints are giving statements maligning women, maligning Dalits, maligning Islamic people or whatever, but our Prime Minister is not talking or taking any actions on them. I think
So
that may be the reason.
you feel that on one side there is a silence, which is a very, very concocted kind of a silence. On the other, there are vociferous, kind of interventions. But then the silence of ordinary men and women also become very important, right?
Yes.
We need to make them talk.
We need to make them talk, but what happening? Common people are, I think they are misguided. They are in such a situation, they should be recognized with some sect, with some ideology, with some religion. Otherwise, they are feeling themselves unsafe. So they are following their political leaders or whatever, sees and signs. So they are indirectly they are encouraging all these things. Common people are with all these things.
I see a little bit of a hope there. People know that it is wrong, so they don't want to come out into the open and own it up.
Yes.
Right? So
yes.
there is still some hope, because there is unconsciously they believe that what they are saying is not correct.
Yes. But that should happen. But I don't have any hope, because I have seen many people opposing cow slaughter. Okay, cow slaughter, okay, if it is hurting their emotion, let them speak. But they are speaking against a community, keeping cow in front of them. They are targeting something else. They are politicizing everything. So
that takes me to a very important question, I think, because see, the politicization of Hindu nationalism, in one sense, do you think it is a threat to Hindu religion?
Absolutely. Actually, they are exploiting themselves in this way. I think so.
So you feel that Hindu religion is affected by the kind of forces that have been unleashed by the Hindu national.
Yes.
Interesting. Chethana, one thing that worries me, and in a sense which connects your experience with the experience of many other Indian women, is on one side you're talking about Beti Bachao,
yes,
right? The Beti Bachao Andolan, and on the other, there is Beti Darao,
seriously,
Beti Bhagao.
Yeah,
so
it's happening.
There is a huge dichotomy between these two positions. So how do you read it? How do you read this? I mean, on one side there is this kind of constant harping upon a constant glorification of women, and on the other,
but we should see where, in which sector this glorification happened. Okay, Beti Bachao campaign was made, and people changed their profile pictures. They put selfie with daughter. Campaign was made, but female feticide is increasing. They are not encouraging. They are not educating people at ground level. That should happen. Rape cases are increasing, attacks are increasing, dowry cases are increasing, domestic violence is at its height. So one should educate people from ground level. Later, all this selfie with daughter, Beti Bachao.
The kind of threats that you have received, for example, how has it affected the people around you, the community around you?
Okay.
Are women terrified of saying things out in the open, talking against injustices? How has it affected the life, the general life in, say for example, a very cosmopolitan city like Bangalore?
Yes, Yeah, many people, many my close friends said, okay, don't write. Why do you write so much? Stop writing for some time. Anta. But I didn't agree with them. I said, no, I am determined. I will keep writing, let whatever happen. And some of my fellow writers, female writers, they dared to write and they came forward. Okay, I too will write. Let me see who threats me. So we are taking it as a challenge and we are more determined to write such things more and more. No one can or nothing can curb our writing spirit. That's all I can say now.
Is it a sentiment that is shared by the majority of people you know, which is very heartening, I would say. I mean, it has a lot of hope for many of us if that is the case. But if people become terrified and if people decide that this should in one sense cut down on their speech and they should submit to what the forces in power are saying and doing, then that creates a problem.
Yes, seriously, but there are very less people who get feared by such incidents, because when it challenges us, challenges our caliber, we are provoked to do more such things. So,
okay, which is heartening, as I said.
Yes, yes.
It has some hope. Being an artist, what do you feel is the function of art today?
okay. Actually, I personally believe art is not for entertainment. It should promote social cause. So, it is greatest responsibility of an artist to convey the message to audience, because through him they are impressed and they can carry at least some message, at least some ideas, some thoughts with them. So, it is our responsibility to convey as much as we can.
And in your future endeavors as an artist, what will you be focusing upon? What will be the burning issue that you would be talking about? Would it be caste or would it be gender?
Caste, because more than gender, caste is most horrifying factor in India.
I mean, there is caste, there is gender, the issues of gender. Of late, there is also the politics of food, the politics of clothing.
Yes, yes.
All these are becoming very trenchant issues.
Yes.
How do you respond to the politics of clothing, for example?
Clothing, yeah, it too has connection with caste only. Food too is connected with caste only. I think they are sowing the seeds of Taliban in India. They are trying to sow the seeds of Taliban, because I myself asked many times to not to wear this, to wear that. So all these things are only on women. So we can't ask men to wear some particular dress. So we are targeted. We and Dalits are targeted. Once again, casteism.
So there is a collusion of caste and gender.
Yeah.
When it comes to injustices, it's not caste alone that works. There is also the gender dimension that adds on to
I
it.
think all females are nothing but they are equal to Dalits in India, because we are treated as second sex. Okay, even if I book a ticket, they put male first and female second. Even I am booking ticket, they put male first. So this is what happening. We are treated as second sex, and as Dalits, they are treated as second level human beings.
You're going back to Engels, I think. We'll have to talk about the subjugation of women within the family. And
yeah, this is what we are experiencing now. So I equalize both Dalits and women. That's why.
Chethana, you were born in a village and you lived, a major chunk of your life in a village, and then you came to Bangalore.
Yes.
Is there a difference between the kind of injustices that you're talking about, in your own village and in the cosmopolitan life that you have lived maybe in the past few years?
In my personal experience, village is much better than cosmopolitan city. Because I'm single and I found a hell of difficulty in finding a home for rent. They ask thousands of questions, they can't swallow, they can't agree.
In a place like Bangalore?
Yeah, in Bangalore. See, that's why I'm telling, in village people do gossip, they ask, try to face, oh, is it like this, okay, okay. But in cities, they don't allow you. So this is my personal experience, maybe it's different for others, but in my experience, village is far more better than cosmopolitan city.
As women,
Yes.
as maybe public intellectuals to a certain level,
Okay, okay.
we do share a common dream.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So we can only hope that the way that you have responded to the injustices that you have seen around you, the way you have taken up your pen as a cudgel,
Yes.
the way your art has responded, they hold very, very significant messages to the future of India. And I wish you all the best in your future endeavors, and I hope that you come out triumphant.
Yes.
And maybe the common dream that we have will reach some kind of fulfillment.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks.